I hope you all are doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me here. We're going to roll today. We're going to see what wants to come through. We're going to pull a reading around it. Now I'm going to say this before we start. Don't get hung up on the zodiac signs here, okay? You may be a certain sign watching this, but what shows up could be your placement, could be a zodiac sign that you're dealing with. It could be another person's placement that you're dealing with, a situation that you're dealing with. Kind of just clear the decks of who this is supposed to be for, okay? Get out of the habit of doing that. For example, you want to watch like the season that we're in, because that energy is influencing you no matter what. It's a collective energy, right? We're all moving through the season, right? So you just try to get out of the habit of that. Let's just see what wants to come through, what needs to be heard, what story here it is that we're looking into, okay? And then you'll know whether it's yours or not. Show me what we need to know and see in here. What is it you'd like to talk about? All right, well, 8th house would represent Scorpio here. We have Taurus, that's Scorpio's natural opposite sign. All right, wow, we have Jupiter. So this could be a lot of money coming in here, okay? 8th house, both Taurus and 8th house are signs that represent money. 8th house specifically taxes and debts, that kind of thing. Taurus energy is about your value, your possessions, how you make your money. You could be dealing with a Taurus, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius with that Jupiter energy there. You could have a Jupiter in Taurus in the 8th house. You could have a Jupiter in Scorpio in the 2nd house. Okay, you could be a Taurus or Scorpio, or Sag. Don't get hung up on the signs. We're just going to look at the storyline here. So Jupiter energy is interesting because this is about personal expansion, your process. It's about like your realm and your horizons, right? This Jupiter energy brings good luck, good fortune. So it's like it rules the house of optimism, right? Confidence, pride, that kind of thing. So this Taurus energy, I just tell you, like Taurus rules the 2nd house. So again, this could be about your values, your feelings of self-worth, especially your social privileges, cultural background, okay, possessions. It's about your security and your stability and your earning ability here. It's a fixed energy as well as Scorpio. That 8th house energy, though, this is about like secrets, ruled by Scorpio again, ritual, power, death, regeneration, sexual activity. It could be also shared assets, financial legacies, wills, that kind of thing. So this actually looks like it's probably going to be a pretty good reading, so, just based off this. So let's look into this here and see what's going on. What do we need to know and see about this? You could have, let's see, Scorpio in the 2nd house. There could be some sort of 10th house activity or 9th house activity as well. The reason I'm saying that is because maybe there's something here about higher learning, more money coming in because of that. Maybe this is about you stepping into your sense of identity here. Could be very philosophical energy that's moving you through some transition that's helping you make money. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot here. Okay, so let's just get into this and narrow it down. Show me what we need to know and see in here, please. Show me the money. Did you guys see that like Jupiter had some sort of volcanic activity going on? Super volcano, apparently. All right, so we have the High Priestess here. Okay. It's Pisces, we're talking about Neptune here. We have the Queen of Wands, Aries energy. Okay, let's see. 2 of Wands. Aries energy, actually. And the 9 of Swords, okay? So we have Gemini there, Mercury. Okay, let's take a look at this High Priestess for starters. Show me this High Priestess, please. This could be about your sense of identity, and therein like lies maybe your sense of self-worth here. This could be that maybe you have a Chiron in Aries, maybe you have a Chiron in Pisces, maybe that's in the 8th house or the 2nd house. The Chiron in Aries could also be in the 2nd house or 8th house. 8 of Swords. This is not something that you can logically work yourself through, okay, or work through. This is something you have to be allowing your intuition to take the lead here. Yeah, 3 of Swords. Yeah, probably because that's interesting. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Let's see about this 3 of Swords real quick. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have a choice here, it looks like. It looks like you're having to kind of move away from something. You're having to heed what your intuition's telling you. What you see is like what you're seeing going on right now, or what you're experiencing right now, you can't do anything about. So it's talking about moving away from the experience. You can't control it. Again, I feel like your intuition is trying to guide you out of something where maybe you have felt stuck. If there is any sort of heartbreak situation going on here, maybe even health wise, there could be something related. Excuse me, I got like a tickle in the back of my throat. There could be something health related to heart, blood, circulatory system, maybe lungs, maybe. If it's health related. But I'm getting that there's something here that you can't change. You may feel too like you know why something's happening, and it may not be it, like it may be something on a spiritual level for you. Like you know such and such happened because you didn't take out the trash yesterday morning or something like that. I know that's silly and very basic and 3D, but it's more spiritual than that. Like there could be like something that you didn't do, and so maybe again, maybe that's something that's you're being taught. Because I do see Saturnian energy here with the 3 of Swords. So you got Jupiter here with the 8 of Swords. All right, show me this Queen of Wands. Let's see if we can't figure out what's going on here. Show me this Queen of Wands energy, please. Yeah, I'm getting something about being stripped of your identity somehow. So I am picking up some Aries energy. Aries in the 8th house, possibly. Justice, Libra, Death, Scorpio, 8th house, Pluto. Five of Pentacles. What's this about your finances not being good here? Maybe because of this experience? And there's Taurus. So I feel like you could, I don't know, what is this? You feel like you don't have enough, or there could be something, maybe you feel, maybe there are debts here. This Aries energy, then the Queen of Wands would be doing something about that. Maybe there was something that you were supposed to do. Like I said, did you not take out the trash? What happened? Again, it's more spiritual than that. It's deeper than that. But I wonder if there's something that you had to learn. And if you did learn it, then I feel like you're going to see some kind of expansion. There's something here about learning from, I don't know, lack of action, possibly. Show me more about this 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, 10 of Wands. So I do get something financial being a burden, but this could also be what you believe about yourself or what you feel about yourself with that Aries energy, okay? Again, more Saturnian energy there with the 10 of Wands. Let's look at the 2 of Wands. I do feel like there might be something that needs to be done or needs to be tended to or taken care of, right? Because Saturn is about where you learn to operate within the limitations of society. It's about responsibility and rules, and there could also be fears, obstruction, limitations, that kind of thing. It's the teacher. So you were supposed to learn something from this. Maybe you did. If you did, I feel like there could be some kind of expansion. But if you did not, then you might be seeing a reduction in something. Okay, so let's see this 2 of Wands. It's so that it drives your focus to it to fix it. Does that make sense? Two of Wands, please. Knight of Swords. Ten of Cups. Four of Swords. Yeah, some of you, I feel like there might have been a health related matter that maybe you didn't get a surgery and now it's, we're down the road and can't deny it anymore. It's got to be done. Like you can't ignore it anymore. There's something like this. It's like something that should have been taken care of that wasn't. This is about learning some kind of lesson here. And that's interesting now. It is about mastering a lesson, more Taurus energy. But it's around like your worth. Okay, so for example, maybe you should have had that surgery, but you didn't because you were scared, but it was a matter of taking care of yourself. Maybe you needed it because you didn't take care of yourself. Does that make sense? Like there's something here about a lesson needing to be learned. So I feel like some communication, some information, some messages coming through, and now we're going to have to look at it. So, and maybe this impacts a lot of other people and not just you. Could in fact, oh, interesting. I just heard infect. That's interesting. It may impact, is what I wanted to say, those that are closest to you. Show me more about this Ten of Cups. The Emperor. There could be something about authority, something legal here, something legal coming down the line. Wow, the Emperor and the Empress. Holy cow. Okay, so we've got Aries energy here again, Libra, Taurus energy again, that Venusian energy. So Venus showing up quite a bit too. So Venus is like your capacity to love, but it's also your values. It's the sign shows like your attitudes and your needs in love. The house shows what you value most and attract to yourself. So this could be about money being gained and lost. Maybe now, like for example, I'll give you an example. Okay. So Teeny is she's not fixed. She's not spayed. Because we had hoped that maybe one day we'd find the right dog that she'd, like to have babies with one day. Her soulmate, right? But she's getting a little older now. Like I don't want to say a little older. I mean, she's 5. She's halfway through her life for most Corsos. We had one live till 14. But that was rough. That was that long. Probably shouldn't have gone that long, to be honest. But she lived to be 14. Teeny's 5. So at this point, like I'm questioning whether it's a good idea to do that. So the vet keeps telling me, like, if you're not going to breed her, you need to get her spayed. And I don't know. One part of it is like, I don't want Teeny to have to stay overnight in the kennel. She's going to freak out. Like she sleeps with me every night. She's the only one of the 3 that does sleep with me every night. So, I'd miss her too. So I don't know. There's a little bit of selfishness there, but I also don't want her to feel uncomfortable because you got to take them and leave them overnight anyway. So there's that. And then, but the vet keeps telling me like she can get this, infection and it's going to be more costly to deal with it then than it is for you to just get her spayed. So now nothing's happened yet. And I plan to get her spayed, but like, this is like me not taking care of that. And then Teeny having to have some kind of emergency surgery or getting real sick or, even worse because I didn't take care of it. You see what I'm saying? So there's something like this going on. Now, I feel like part of this is about balancing your masculine and feminine energy. For some of you, this was the very thing or the very thing that interfered in some kind of experience that you had or some kind of relationship that you had. And so, or partnership even. So there's something here to be addressed. All right. 9 of Swords. Let's look at this. You are being asked to look at this again. There's Sagittarius. Okay. Show me this 9 of Swords, please. So yeah, this could directly impact someone or people closest to you. All right, there's the Wheel of Fortune. Again, we're looking at Jupiter here. Beautiful. I guess I should bring this here. Come up a little more. Thank you. You come up a little more on my OCD. Y'all are watching my OCD in action. Okay. I just like it to look nice for you. All right. Ooh wee the fool. What are you worried about though? The Nine of Swords. There is some sort of unexpected change. Okay, there's Temperance, more Sag, Jupiter, Sag. This is about expansion for you. So most of you, it looks like you probably learned a lesson here. There's the King of Pentacles. Beautiful. More Taurus energy. So this is like you are going to be coming into some kind of security, some kind of stability. It wasn't that way before. That's what you've been learning about. Something here you've been learning, okay? Some of you could even have like a south node in Taurus or Scorpio, or a Chiron in Chorus, Taurus or Scorpio. Show me this King of Pentacles, please. Show me the Ten of Pentacles. That's what I want to see. We have the Ten of Cups. You might also be learning that like value doesn't really, like, it's not just about the physical, right? Security is not just about the physical. It's about the mental and the emotional too. And like that being the most important thing, that the inner landscape be calm and still and secure, not just the outer landscape. Because anything that goes on the outside, you can be good on the inside, right? You can feel at peace regardless of what goes on outside of you. So there could be something around this. Okay, the Knight of Wands. Wow, the Ace of Wands. And the Lovers. Holy cow. For some of you, this is about like, this could be, this issue could have, I don't want to call it an issue. This lesson that you needed to learn could have been preventing you from relationship. I see that you get something that you want. You get a relationship is what I'm seeing. Some kind of important connection that you can learn from. So you might be entering like a student teacher kind of dynamic. Maybe maybe you haven't learned the lesson yet, and this person's coming in to help you teach that, or help teach you that. Reverse the roles if you need to. You could be teaching someone. Six of Pentacles. It's about exchange. It's about, again, value. Okay, more Taurus energy here with the Six of Pentacles. It's giving where something is reciprocal. It's giving something of value because you're receiving something of value. This is about energy exchange. Tell me a little more about this Wheel of Fortune and this Fool. Again, the Nine of Swords, let me look at that. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Four of Wands. You're worried about security is what I'm getting, okay? You're worried about stability, security. Maybe you haven't seen a change up to this point, but you're about to. Show me the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. Yeah, you've been waiting on this. So this is something that's coming through. You've been waiting. Ace of Swords. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. You're not going to wonder anymore. You're not going to wonder or question it anymore. Two of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna grab another. Grab another deck. All right, show me this Ace of Swords, please. What's up? What's up with the Ace of Swords? Why is the Ace of Swords here? What's the clarity? Six of Swords. Six of Wands. This is about clarity about something coming apart to come back together, or having to move away from something and go learn a lesson and then come back together, or so that you can have success here. The Page of Wands, yeah. So this might be something old that's coming back like new. There could have been some kind of separation period where people were learning things, okay? I see some kind of relationship that you want. Maybe a relationship ended because there were financial issues, or because you didn't know who you were, because you didn't value yourself. Those things happen too, right? Because you don't really know who you are. Could have been like two different people, or people not really knowing. It's like, a kid, an 18-year-old telling you like they know everything about what they want to do. And then like 20 years later, or when they hit 30, everything changes. Everything's different. You have felt like, yeah, you see, there was a healing here. You have felt like, you have felt like something was evasive to you or evading you. I feel like you could have felt very lonely, alone. You may have felt like I like have even this knowing that you had to do something alone. You might have had some sort of intuitive knowing that you had to do something in order to receive some kind of reward from the universe. It's like you've learned value of self, right? Which has impacted your monetary structures or your sense of security or stability in your life, right? Your money's been impacted. And now you can see the value in connection. You can see the value in another because you see the value in you and you're investing in you, right? There's some shifts. So you have learned the lesson is what I'm saying. So I would prepare for something, some big wow thing. Now I'm not seeing the tower, but I do see it comes in very quickly. Um, I do see where you're very excited about it, and something feels like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the success that I've wanted. This is where I've wanted to be. And you're not going to be able to deny the divine orchestration here. Okay. Wheel of Fortune and Temperance. Now, there is some sort of unexpected. Now, you might kind of know something's coming, but maybe don't know when or have the details. But some transition here, some change happens kind of unexpectedly. Not kind of, it is unexpected, but it's a very good kind of unexpected. All right. There may be some kind of message that comes through that you weren't really expecting maybe right now. Maybe you were thinking, oh, it's down the line. It's 2 years away from here. It's, whatever. Okay. It seems like something coming through that you did not expect. It's a gift. You're being left with a gift here. Okay. And some kind of expansion in your life. All right, my loves. If I didn't mention it, I am taking bookings for May. June's off the books unless you have something booked with me already. Um, because most of you know that I'm going to have to travel. I just don't know when in June. So I've had to block off all of June. So after May bookings are filled, the next ones most likely won't be until either after that travel or July at the earliest. Okay. All right, my loves. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.